Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I'd bring you along for a day in the life as my parents are away skiing, which means I'm at the yard on my own, so it's going to be a long day, but I thought it'd be a fun one to bring you along more. The weather is looking pretty damn miserable out there. I have some very unkeen doggies to go out in it, but it's got to be done. I'm not sure how much I'll get filmed outside in this weather, but you should get a good gist of the day. It is 7:20, and my first job is to get Rosie and Moonbat in from this field. They were making their way over, so I'm sure they'll be there in a minute. And then I'm going to head to the yard and feed and crack on mucking out. So, yeah. Oh, do you know what? They've actually walked further away. Girlies! Are you coming in or do you want to stay out? Can you see them? All the way. Hold on. Let's slowly zoom in. Good girls. Now Moonbat's on the way. Rosie doesn't look like she is. I don't even mind the rain. Like, it doesn't really bother me. It's just annoying because it wasn't forecast. The weather said it was going to be dry overnight. This is not dry. Like, it has flooded when I was driving down the road. There was floods around, so I'm not sure where they got that forecast from. And also, I left a couple of the horses out that I wouldn't leave out if I'd known there was going to rain, because their patches smaller. They're not in a whole field like Rosie and Moonbat are. So it's probably a bit messy, but we're going to check that out in a moment once we've done the top, and then see whether they're going to stay out or they're going to come in. So yeah, fun. Thanks to the British weather people for not forecasting this abysmal rain. Also, Rosie and Moonbat have stopped coming towards me again. Well, I've got the girls. They did not come over to me, so I've had to traipse across the field, but we're now on our way to the stable. Rosie and Moonbat are in their stables. The next job is to take Captain out for a wee, but actually, bless him, it looks like he might have weed in his stable, so he might not do one, but I turn him out first thing anyway. And then once he's been out for a wee and a leg stretch, he can come back in, but he's having the day off anyway, so I will then turn him out in his field, which is down the road where we started. Right, he's doing a wee. Did you wee in your stable or was it just a poo? We'll have a look in a minute. Bless him, that was only a little one, so I would imagine he did wee overnight. He won't wee in his stable unless he's desperate, bless him. All prepared. I always make breakfast the night before so that we're ready to go in the morning for ponies that want their feed. Everyone is now settled eating their feeds, so what I'm going to start off with is mucking out all of their stables. There was actually only 4 to do, which is quite nice. I had 6 yesterday morning, but obviously I left Bryn and Raph out in the field. We'll check on them as soon as we finish mucking out and turn Captain out then. And we've got the vet coming for Coco at 10 because she's having her stitches out today, so hopefully that will all go well, and then it will be time to start riding. I'm going to do a few of them in the school today, I think, and maybe hack out Rosie. So that is the plan. Whether the plan will stay like that, we will see. It doesn't normally, but let's start mucking out. I'm going to start with Captain's stable in case he then decides he wants to come in from that field and have his breakfast. But it will take me all of about 1 minute, if that. I won't bother time-lapsing this one because it will be about a second clip. This is the before, as you can see, absolutely filthy for being in it all night long. That is Captain's bed all finished for now. I've banked around the wet patch so that it dries. I will tidy his stable up properly once he's been in and eaten his breakfast. Lots of carrots in there, but I think they're on the bottom. On to Pika's stable next. I've just tied him up in the corner because he's done most of his right by the door, so I just need him out of the way for a minute. He is tied on the bar, but it's only in a very loose, quick release knot, and I will be in here the whole time before anyone says. So yeah, I'm gonna do his next. Slightly messier than Captain. I wish you would learn a little bit off Captain. Pika says he's gonna undo the rope for me, actually. So Pika, hello, is on straw pellets, not straw. So as you can see, his wee is already dry and absorbed, so I can put his bed straight back down. I took out the wet bits, but it's so absorbent. Captain doesn't need it because he doesn't very often wee, but Pika does, so I really love using them. You can literally see it's dry already. So bed back down, and then we'll tidy up again properly once he's out in the field. He unfortunately has a bit of mud fever at the moment, so I've got to deal with that as well. You can see his legs slightly fat. I always get stables ready the night before, so as you can see, Moonbats is all good for her, and she's got a hay net that she's eating there and knocking me out. And the same for Rosie, who's over here. I just need to do their feet, so I'll do those in a minute because obviously they've come in from the field. Hello, I'm coming for you, Owen, with my wheelbarrow. Hello, handsome boy. He had a good roll in the field yesterday, so he's looking beautiful. Fairly clean, I'll take that. That's pretty good, Owen. Owen is busy pulling faces. What are you doing? Sniffing the barrow. Not gross, is it? That is Owen all marked out. I thought he was going to have a wee and I was going to try and catch it, but then he decided not to. So he just needs a hay net, so I'll grab him one and then he's all sorted. Owen is now happy munching on his hay net. My hat's, I'm getting a bit warmer. I took my hat off in a minute. Captain, just checking him. He looks a little bit lively. You behaving, my boy? Where is he? Do you want to come in? I'm going to grab him in now because he looks like he might start running around. He can have his breakfast before doing Coco's stable. Steady, 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 steady. Good boy. Come on then, breakfast time. Yes. My mum is so bad. She normally just leaves the gate open and lets him bring himself in. But, I mean, it's Captain. It's not really, whoa, safe to do that with him, so I thought I'm not going to risk it whilst she's away, because who knows where he'll end up. That's our nice empty muck heap. Oliver did that yesterday. Oliver's my brother, by the way. So I actually have somewhere to tip the wheelbarrows, which is nice. Right, come on, darling, this way. You got your breakfast waiting for you. Yeah. Got sleep in your eye. We need to get that out. In we go. Ready? I'll take his head collar off as well, but just let him go in. What's in your feet bowl? Yummy. Now that that's Captain in, the others are all happy, relaxing or munching on their hay. Moonbat's that side, obviously. We're now going to head over to Coco's stable. Coco's stable, don't know why. Standing so out of breath, all I've done is walk to the field. How bad is that? Coco's stable's quite dark, so I won't be able to film in here, but where are you, darling? Are you going to come out? Oh dear, your bandage. Oh, you literally can't see anything. Her bandage looks like it's come off, so I'm going to have to deal with that first. So I've brought Coco into a different stable so that I can see what's going on. That's not ideal, darling, if I'm being honest. Luckily, the vet's coming out at 10 o'clock anyway. You see what the time is, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this off completely and I won't bother rebandaging it because it'll need to come off in like an hour anyway. So I'm just going to get rid of all of this and hopefully it looks all right. Hopefully no damage done with the bandage coming off. So little Miss Coco isn't being overly cooperative for me to take this off, so I'm just going to, Lani is not far, so she's just going to come and help me because I just need someone to hold up her front leg because then she'll stop trying to kick me with the back one. It's not surprising, I mean, what she's done to the leg. But yeah, no, it's just a two-man job rather than a one-man job. So instead of risking it, I'm just going to take her head collar off, let her eat some hay, go and muck her out, and then hopefully Lani will be here and we can get this bandage off. I have just come in to put the camera on the side. Do I want to know where that fluff has come from? Is it from inside the sofa? Is he sat on you, Chippy? He's literally sat on you. You're so naughty. Oh, actually, is that from the sofa or is that from the dinosaur? Oh, I don't know. Naughty boys. Wasn't me. Oh, you're so cute. They don't like the rain, can you tell? My hero has arrived. No, oh no, I didn't put the mic on today. Oh, Diesel! Right, let's do this. Front leg. Good girl. Good girlie. Good girl. Good girl. This is fucking awesome. Good girl.
She's hormonal and she's got an injury. It's never a good night.
It's never a good night. Good girl. It had been going so well. Oh, I don't like the blood.
As long as it's not pussy.
Yeah, exactly. And doesn't matter because the vet's going on anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Doesn't look like fresh.
No, that's good. We did reuse the bandage, so maybe it's from you.
Yeah, it doesn't look fresh, but
Good girl. That's fresh. I wonder if it's burst.
if it's coming out, that's a good sign.
I wonder if the stitches. Oh.
Good girl.
I know. I know.
That's it, good girl.
I know. It's close. I know.
Good girl.
That one's come open.
Good girl.
Well, at least the stitches are come out of that one. Oh.
A little bit big.
Lani's looking at her nipples. I'm looking at the wound on her leg. I think the stitches have burst open, but it's fine. The vet's coming out later anyway. We're watching the baby now. But okay, this is a warning for squeamish content, so I'll tell you when you can then look again. So don't look now. This is how we're looking at the moment. It was looking lovely, it's not looking so lovely anymore. Okay, you're good to look again. Lani's admiring the belly bump.
Yeah, it looks like it's dropped here.
Oh, maybe it's not a June fall. Oh.
See it?
Everything going on whilst Mum's away. So I've just spoken on the phone to the vet and they recommended covering up. So I'm going to try and put a dressing and a vet wrap on it now just to keep it clean before the vet gets here in an hour or so. So this might be interesting. We have a bandage on the leg. Oh, where is it? Can't see. Watch out, Coco. I've just done a dressing and vet wrap and then the vet can take a proper look at it later. After all that, I definitely deserve a drink. Obviously the morning hasn't gone 100% to plan, but it's now 9:20 and I'm going to turn this boy, Captain, who's following me, out in the field. He's going to have the day off, I think I said that earlier, and then it should be time for the vet to be here to do Coco's leg. But he's literally following my heels. I really don't like it when horses are on your heels because I always worry that they're going to clip you, but he's just wobbling around. You're going out for the day. You're going to be good. No. Sweaty Charlotte speaking to you now. So I've just checked Bryn and Raph on my way past. They're both absolutely fine. They've demolished their pile of hay, so I'll have to take them some more down. I'm going to stop. How bad is that? God, I need to start running. I think I'm going to leave them out for the day and then I might bring them in later because their field is quite wet. But now I'm on my way to see my little babies. How are you all doing, my darlings? Rained a little bit more than I thought it was going to last night. Hi, Baz. Hi, Baz. Check your temperature. So what I do when I check these is check their temperature, check they all look themselves, check their legs and things like that, and do water. Good boy. Look who's coming in, or not. Mini Rocket over there. Buzz says, I want all the attention. This is Clover. She's my friend's foal. She's playing with her boys at the moment. Hello. Gorgeous boy. How's Rocket doing? Right, let's check you all over. Yes. Yes. So I've just had a quick rip round them all and they all are looking very good. So I'm going to leave them be to be babies. They've got a lick over there and they did have haylage, but they weren't really eating it. Were you? No, they like the grass. Now just gonna wander back to the yard. I've got the Land Rover down here because obviously from getting Moonbat and Rosie in this morning, so I'll grab that and then by the time we get to the yard it should almost be 10 o'clock, ready for the vet to come for Coco. It is now 20 to 10, I've just got back to the yard, so I'm just gonna sort out some odd bits and bobs whilst waiting for the vet. Got the dog's food to eat because he only eats half his breakfast, so gonna feed the dog and then just do some hay nets and sort things out like that. So the vet has just been for Coco. She's currently still sedated, hence why she's sleepy. So she's had the proud flesh, all the stitches out, and then the proud flesh trimmed off this leg. Sorry, there's a pile of blood there. And I've just got to change her bandage again in half an hour because she needs a different one on for long term. This one's just to stop the bleeding. But the vet was still really pleased with how it's looking, so that's very promising. Oh, we got twitches going on in the tummy. What's going on, Coco? No baby yet, please. No baby yet. Whatever happens, it's too early, baby. So yeah, no, the vet's really pleased with the leg, which is such a relief. So once she's had this one on for about half an hour, I'm going to swap it over and then that should be her done for the day. Now that one wounded horse is dealt with, I'm going to deal with the next one. So Pika, I'm going to sort his legs out now. I won't bother filming because I'm going to be covered in cream and I'll get cream all over the camera. But I'm going to do his legs and then I'm going to change Coco's bandage. That should be me done with injuries for the day, I flippin' hope. So I've just creamed Pika's legs. He loved having that done, didn't you? I think I'm actually going to leave him in for the day instead of turning him out because the field's so muddy and I don't want the legs to get any worse. I'd rather them heal a bit more. So I think he's going to stay in and I'll take him for a hack down the road so that he doesn't get sand stuck to them from being in the school instead. And yeah, you're just going to have a day in the stable, I'm afraid, my boy. It's for your own good. I hate not turning them out, but with the weather like it is, I literally don't have a field that isn't muddy. And I just don't want his legs to get any worse. You go out at night. Unfortunately, he doesn't take after his mother's tough genes. She's out in the same field and her legs are fine. You've got sensitive legs, haven't you? What I'm going to do now before cracking on with some riding is open a bale of haylage and get some haylage down. Might accidentally stab myself with scissors whilst opening this, but I'm going to go with this one. Oh. And accidentally stabbed the bottom one, but that's fine, we'll do that one next. There we go. Gonna do the same along the top and along this side. Hopefully. Ooh, maybe not. I really shouldn't be filming whilst doing this, I've got no control of these scissors. I don't even know what you can see. Nailed it. Before this girl wakes up completely from sleepy time, I'm gonna change her bandage so that that's a job I don't have to worry about later when I'm on my own. So I'm just gonna tie her back up and hopefully she's sedated enough that I can bandage her by myself without any issues. I've got my supplies here, 2 dressings. That's going to be the difficult bit because they're 2 separate dressings, so it's holding them on together and bandaging around, but I'm going to figure it out. First things first, get rid of this one. It's stuck on. Oh, well done. And that one. Oh, good girl. Good girl. I know, they were all stuck on you, weren't they? She doesn't look very sleepy anymore. Good girl. Good girl. The better you stand, the better the bandage will go on. Boom. Done. And she stayed sleepy, so thank you for that, Coco. About to run out of battery, but we've got the bandage on. All good. So I would say my morning hasn't really at all gone to plan, but hopefully from now on things will be a bit more smooth sailing. I'm going to start off my riding by clearing my head and riding Rosie on a little hack. She'll probably be a bit naughty. She looks naughty. You're not going on the camera today, are you not? What are you doing? The sun has come out though, so that's promising. Hopefully we'll have a good afternoon now. What is the time? Let's have a look to update you all. So it is currently 8 minutes past 11. How cute is my screensaver? So yeah, I would have liked to have started riding about 10 o'clock. Well, to be fair, I would have liked to have got one ridden before the vet game, but that didn't happen. So yeah, we're going to start off by Rosie. I would lead Moonbat, but I want to ride her today, and she didn't particularly enjoy being led yesterday. And I'm not sure, I would lead Pika also, but I don't know, I haven't led him before. So I don't know how it would go. And I think probably not best to try it out when I'm on my own, just in case I need to let him go. So we wouldn't want to be doing that. So I'm going to hack Rosie, hack Pika, and then take Moonbat in the school. Can you actually see Rosie? Not really, but we'll take a rug off and then we'll reposition. Good girl. What are you hugging the wall for? Oh, it's so pretty. Oh, there she goes. She's a little bit dirty, but she'll be out in the field again tonight, so you're only going to get more dirty, aren't you, Rosie? Right, so I'm going to pop her bridle on and then do her feet. I've got the bridle with me, I haven't got the saddle with me. Would you mind, Rosie, if we just tip your bum round one? And then your head comes around and you're in the camera. Isn't that magical? She's so good to tack up. Well, she's so good to bridle. She's not so keen on the saddle. She'd quite happily go without one, I think, but she might soon regret that if I was bobbing up and down on top of her. Good girl. We're going for the out of the field look today. Sorry about that. You're doing a poo. That's lovely. Better out than in, isn't it? Yeah. You'll be able to go faster now you've done that. That smells. Good girl. And your noseband, which gets done up so loosely. There's really not much point having one on. And there we go. Right, that's Rosie bridled. Pop you over here. I'm going to do her feet. Feet. Good girl. I wasn't quite brave enough to not wear a coat in case it rains, but I didn't want to wear my thick coat, so I've gone for the high-vis one. There's an aeroplane going above. Let's step this way one so we don't win the poo. Good girl. Excuse me. That's bedding, that doesn't need to come out. There we go. Big sigh. That is Madam bridled and had her feet picked out, so I'm going to grab her saddle and grab her scoop to pick out that poo. Sound like a plan, Rosie? So I've just popped her knee boots on. Come along. And I'm actually going to cheat and I'm going to pop her by the tack room to put her saddle on because I'm lazy. You're getting done afterwards, darling. So here she comes. Just going to hook her on the door. literally, maybe go on one more step. I literally just, excuse me, I just hook her on the handle like that. And then if she pulls back, it will just flop off instead of getting stuck. Pop your saddle on and then we can go. And we are off. So I'm just going to take her for a nice hack around the road. We'll have a good trot today, I think. Get rid of some energy. We only walked down the road yesterday with Moonbat, so we didn't go very far. So she needs a good ride today, but unfortunately there's not really any loops where you can stay dry on the road around here, so I'll have to just trot somewhere and then I'll turn her around and trot her back. The track is behind this hedge and it is absolutely sodden, and we had so much rain last night. It would just not be fair on her to take her down it. It's like knee deep in mud. So that's a no. Round the roads today, but she doesn't mind that as long as she gets a good trot. Haven't been able to film much as it's windy, but we're having a lovely hack in the sunshine. We've just been cantering and jumping the ditches on the grass verge like those ones there. So we're having fun, aren't we, Rosie? Yes, we're going to jump them on the way back. Ooh, yay. I was going to try and film going over the ditches for you, but she was right on her toes, so I decided not to. And I'm glad I decided not to, because the little monkey nearly had me on the floor. She was flying, like we jumped a ditch and we just were vertical in the air, pumping, bouncing, tossing that head. So I think it's a good thing I had two hands on the rein, because I'm not sure I would have stayed on if I had just one hand on the rein. But I'm going to trot her all the way back, so hopefully give her some energy. What she really needs is a good canter around the field, but all the fields are so wet, so can't really do that at the moment, but that is what this horse needs. Miraculously, I have made it back alive, just about. Thank you, Rosie. You were on your toes a little bit, weren't you? She's very pleased with herself, of course. Oh, missed the feed bowl. I was trying to stand you up, that's not going to work. What I'm going to do is untack her, take her booties off, and then I'm going to give Coco a hay net because she was sedated, so I took her hay away because I didn't want her eating it while she was sedated. So I need to pop that in. And then I might have a cup of tea. And then I'm contemplating my choices on doing Pika or not, because it's quite windy and he's only ever been out on his own once before. Because obviously he's still 4 rising 5. So I think I'm going to do Moonbat in the school first, and then depending on the weather I will do Pika or I will not do Pika. Someone's riding with me tomorrow, so I can do him then, so it's not the end of the world if he has today off. But I did want to get him out because of his legs. Decisions. Hopefully the wind will have died down once I've done Moonbat, and then I can just take him for a quiet plod down the road, but we will see. So yeah, untack Rosie and then time for a cup of tea. Grabbing a net for Miss Coco. Christ, this heavy one. Whew. Moonbat ever hopeful. Coco looks like she's woken up, so that's good. She can have a hay net. You're having a day off, my boy. Owen's having a quiet weekend this weekend because he's done quite a lot recently, so we thought whilst Mum's not here he can have the weekend off. Ready for your hay net, darling? Here we go. There we go. Oh, you munching? Getting the good bit. Nice. I have had a cup of tea and I'm feeling refreshed. It is just before 1, so I'm a little bit behind where I'd like to be, but I'm gonna take Moonbat in the school for 10 minutes or so now. Hello, you're gonna nibble my ear? That's really nice. I've taken her rug off. I must smell funny. What are you doing? I've taken her rug off and I've done her feet. You're being so weird. She was literally deep breathing in my ear. So time to tack her up is where I was getting with that. That is Moonbat tacked up and ready to go. Just gonna grab a pair of gloves and then get on her. I might be able to stand the camera up a little bit so you can see what we're gonna do, but it will basically just be a bit of walking round and then a little bit of a trot round. Won't have a canter, I don't think she's quite ready for that. We've had an accidental one, but not an intentional one yet. So we'll just walk and trot around and see how we get on. it's so hard not to overdo it with her because she's so easy and like she trots around and she's just perfect. But obviously she's only been in work, like ridden work, for maybe a week and a half now, so she doesn't need to do any more than have a little trot on each rein. That's her done. On to the next. Mooey is all untacked. I'm going to be doing Pika next. The wind has died down a little bit, not very much, but I think he'll be alright to take for a little plod down the road. I need to sort this out first though, because stupidly I didn't tie the bale up when I did it. So before this makes a mess, I'm going to get rid of all this haylage and then tie the bale back up, and hopefully we'll be alright. That is my haylage bale tied up and covered, so it's nice and secure. I just have haylage literally everywhere in the barn now, but that's fine. I'm going to make some hay nets in a minute. Pika is all tacked up, ready to go for a little wander down the road. I'm just going to grab my gloves and grab our dog, and then we're going to head off for a little walk. Yes, try and walk these legs down. We are off, got the dog, just a quiet one today, probably said that 100 times already. You may be able to hear in the background chainsaws, so we've got to go past chainsawing and digging going on in our field, so hopefully we're alright with that. Boy. Who was a very brave superstar? Yes, you were. He had a little look, but no stopping or anything, so very good. Can't fault that really. Pika is being fantastic and really bold, so I'm actually going to go a little bit further just so that I can make sure I get his legs really moving and give him a bit of a trot. So I'm going to head left when we get to the end of the road, and then I'll trot him along, and then I'll find somewhere to turn him around and we'll head back. I hate turning around, especially on a young horse, but as I said earlier, the loops are just too muddy, and obviously with his mud fever I want to keep him as dry and as clean as possible. What an absolute angel this boy was. Couldn't fault him. I don't know why I was so worried about him going out in the wind, because he was 100 times better than his mother, weren't you? He was such a good boy. Well done. Yeah, really pleased with him, and his legs have come right down. They're completely normal size now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cream them again, and hopefully we'll keep on top of it so that he can go out in the field tomorrow, because I hate not having my horses turned out every day. I like them to either be out all day or all night, don't we? So yeah, it's really bothering me that he won't be able to go out in the field today, but he was out yesterday, so it's not that long, and I'm hoping if I can get cream on them again and then get on top of them today, that I can have them so that they can go out in the field tomorrow. That is my aim. Pika is eating his bridle. Owen goes out with Pika, and Owen doesn't really like going out on his own in the field, and I don't have a patch that I can put him in next to a horse, because it would be next to Captain, and I can't put anything directly next to Captain because Captain is not very nice in the field. He would bite him the whole time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let Owen out in the school for a little leg stretch, a little run around, so that he's not just been in his stable today. But yeah, no, it's annoying. This weather is so frustrating, and unfortunately it's just been the last week that Pika's got mud fever. He's been alright the rest of the winter, so I'm not sure why it's got so bad now. But I could really do with it drying out and the field not having mud in it. Are we eating our noseband? Because we want to get you out in the field again, don't we? Yeah. But yeah, I'm hoping if everything goes okay, I get cream on there, lots of cream on there, and hopefully the scabs will look a little bit better, and then he'll be able to go out tomorrow for the day with his little booties on to keep the mud off them as much as possible. He was a superstar to ride, and we actually went a lot further than I was planning to because he was being so well behaved. So we had a really good trot, so he's had a really good leg stretch. And we got to do, I've got left of the morning session. I call it the morning session, but it's actually, try to think what the time is now. It's 2:20. So what I've got left to do is make hay nets, let Owen out for a run round, and make feeds for later this evening, and then I'll probably head back up here around 5ish or 6ish and start putting them to bed. Moonbat clearly worked so hard. She's having a good old snooze. We're falling asleep in the sunshine. It's nice, isn't it? Stuck in a pallet. I've made a drink to help me tackle these hay nets. Yeah, just gonna delve straight into my massive pile of hay and hopefully get a bit of it done. Time to crack on. Is my pile done for now. However, I'm gonna go and check stables to see if anyone's finished or nearly finished their hay nets so that I can top them up as it makes sense to get them all done in one go. Surprise, surprise, Moonbat needs more hay. So I'm gonna fill up these last 2 hay nets. I've just skipped them all out whilst I was checking their hay and checked their water, so they're all good. And I'm going to start prepping stables for this evening, basically just Captain's. So I've popped his bed down and I'm just going to chuck him in another hay net once I've done these 2. And then it's time to do Owen. So I won't bother showing you any more hay net content. I feel like you've probably seen enough. I have just played a game of avoid the kung fu legs, trying to cream Pika's legs, but I've topped it up. Sorry, the sun is literally so in my eyes. They're looking a lot better already. Really massaged the cream into them. I'm just, where is he? Just taking her into the school for a little run round, and I've got the scoop because there's some poo in there that I need to pick up, so I'm going to do that whilst he's having a little play. Off he goes. He's spotted the poo that I need to pick up, but there's some the other end, so I'm going to start with those ones and work my way back. Oh, I missed it, but he's just had a good roll. Was that nice, Owen? Hello. That's all right, we need you to move around. He looked very settled, so I'm just gonna, I was gonna say gee him up, but he came over trotting, so he might be all right. Oh, there we go. We don't mind that. Get your body moving. I love letting them out in the school. They always have so much fun with it. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, what are you doing? My word. That's so funny. Go on then. You gonna go again? Not over the gate, thank you. Go on then, Owen. Why are you circling around me? So funny. Yay, that's a lovely disunited canter, isn't it? He's going. He's going. Hello to you too. Oh, you're so handsome. Any more? Is that you, Dan? Hello. Hello. Handsome boy. Now that Owen has had a little play, we're popping him back in the stable. Did you enjoy yourself? I think you did. He said that was fun. I had little zoomies round. Oh, you saying hello? all this lot are done for the day until I come up in a couple hours time, put them to bed. So I'm gonna leave those as they are, and then it's just time to make feeds ready for this evening. I've soaked some calming conditioner, so I'm gonna crack on and do feeds now. Honestly, there's just so many little jobs that you always forget that you've got to do, which is why it takes so long just doing them all. But this is my final thing of the evening, of the afternoon and morning session, other than taking some hay down to the field for Bryn and Raph, which I will then drag across the field later. But I can do that this evening when I bring Captain in. And then I'll make a decision whether I'm leaving those two out or bringing them in. Just depends if they're happy and how the field's looking, really. They all get chaff, and then they all get a bit of this cool mix. Owen is this one. He would normally have competition mix, but because he's not in work at the moment, he doesn't need competition mix, so he's just getting a bit of this like the others. So I've got Captain, Owen, Moonbat, Rosie, Pika, and then Coco just gets chaff because we've tried her on calm conditioner and we've tried her on the mix, but she doesn't eat the feed. She only eats it when it's just chaff, so that's all she gets. Right. So then this last thing is calm and conditioner, which I soak, and they all get some of that. I always like them to have something wet in their feed so that it's not all dry and they don't choke and things like that. And this just works really well. It doesn't give them any fizz. Pika gets a bit of gut balancer. And Owen also, we've just put on a little bit of gut balancer just because he came out in hives the other day and we just want to make sure there's nothing sinister. And then Captain, this isn't gut balancer, but it's in a gut balancer pot, gets black salt, which is meant to help with itchy horses, just a little bit, which he is an itchy horse. And then he also gets, oh, where's this one? A joint supplement. Oh, that noise was dreadful, I'm so sorry. He gets a joint supplement because he's got arthritis, so he gets about a half scoop or so. Then, last supplement for Moonbat, she also gets a joint supplement. Weirdly, not the same one, even though they're both arthritis, but she actually wouldn't eat the one Captain's on. I know that for a fact because the one when she first did her leg was similar and it smelt funny and she wouldn't eat it, but she eats this. But we used a different vet when they recommended this to the one we use with Captain, so I guess that's why. But this works for Moonbat and this one works for Captain. Then I just get my spoon, mix them all together, and we're done the feeds then. Pretty people, Moonbat, oops, and then Captain. All done, so I do things. Et voila. It is almost 3:30. As you can see, I'm in the Land Rover, but I'm not quite done. I'm just going to drive around and put a pile of hay in the back that I can drop off by the field for Bryn and Raph. But otherwise, that is me done for the morning / afternoon session. I'm going to go home for a couple of hours, have a late lunch. Luckily, I've had a muffin up here, so I'm all good. And yeah, get sorted at home, maybe do some work, and maybe even start editing this video, I don't know. And then I'll be back up probably 5:30, 6 o'clock to put the ponies to bed, so we will catch up with you then. Welcome back. So it is now 5:30. I'm back in the Land Rover. However, I'm not at the horses. I have come to feed our sheep. You can just see them in the distance. So I'm just gonna do that quickly. I've got their feed with me here, and then I'll be heading up to the yard from here. So I'll be at the yard in about 15 minutes, I would have thought. And the first thing I will be doing is dragging that bag of hay down to Rathmbryn. I've dropped it at the gateway, and then bringing Captain in from the field. Made it to the yard, and I was Captain watching the grass in the other field thinking, oh, I wish I was in there. It is 5:45. I'm gonna get him in just a minute. I've just got that one bag to drag, and then he can come in. Couldn't record whilst doing that, so I wouldn't have made it, but the boys, sort yourselves out. Don't be grumpy shits. The boys seem very happy with their pile of hay. Yes. Gonna last you the night? Probably not. Have some more in the morning. That took a little bit longer than expected. Caught him fine. However, my brother drove a digger into the field as I was walking out the field. So I lost Captain for a brief 10 minutes and he didn't want to come back. Showed me his very good rearing skills and his lovely trot. But he's relaxed now and we're wandering up to the yard so we can get the evening jobs done. Horses in the yard all look settled. Owen's been winning at me to let me know it's tea time. Just put Captain in and then I'll get your feeds. Yes. So my battery died halfway through filming that, I think, but they've all got their feeds, and what I'm going to do now is skip them all out and do waters, and then I'll go through and do hay. So I'm just going to pop you on the floor and you can see me zipping in and out of the stables. Hello Trouble, what are you doing? That is everyone skipped out and watered. I've taken out empty hay nets, so now it's time to put in full hay nets for them. Sorry, I haven't been filming me doing as much this evening, just purely because it's starting to get dark and I really want to crack on and get it all done before it gets dark. I've swept Moonbat and Rosie stable. I normally do it before they go, no, once they've been turned out, but because they're going out on my way home, can't think of words, I've already done that and given everyone hay, and I'm just going through rugging them all up because some of them had the rugs off for the day because it was so nice. Do you know what's really nice is I currently smell of a combination of horse wee, manure and sweat. So it's just delightful really. Just popped Pika's rug on. I'm collecting feed buckets right now. But whilst I popped his rug on, I checked his legs. Just had a fly go right past me. Checked his legs. I'm missing a feed bucket. Must be Captain's. And they're looking really good actually. They've not puffed up at all yet, so that's promising. And I'm gonna just pop on some more cream. Where is it? I got this cream from the vets today. It's Flamazine, so I'm gonna pop that on there now, which seems to be working nicely. And then I'm gonna make feeds and empty my barrow. And then I think all that's left is turning Rosie and Moonbat out. So yay. That was a win-win all round. The legs are looking so much better. I was really able to massage the cream in and get it right in the scabs and pull some of the scabs off. Ooh, it's a bit bright. And one of the back legs, sorry, just rubbishing in the bin, looks almost completely cleared now, so that's really good. And he was much better to do. I wasn't being nearly kicked quite so much. Found my missing feed bucket. It was indeed from Captain's stable. Gonna make feeds now. I won't bore you with that content again because you've already seen it once today. Exactly the same feeds. Just Captain has his supplements morning and night, the others only have them in the evening. This is about my 20th take of this clip. Feeds are now ready behind me, so they're good to go for the morning. It is, I've looked so many times, I've still forgotten, 6:38. So I'm gonna empty my wheelbarrow and then I'm gonna see if Captain will go for a wee. If he wees now, then that's great. I can leave him until the morning and I'll just come up a little bit earlier, or hopefully Rosie and Moonbat will actually let me catch them, so I'm not delayed. Or if he doesn't wee now, then that's fine. I will come up later tonight and let him out for a wee, but we will see what happens. Off to the muck heap we go with the barrow. Lost all steerage. This isn't very good. Luckily, the muck heap, I think, did I say it earlier, has been emptied. So it's got only one barrow load of muck from this morning on, which is just the dream. Oh my God, I'm stuck. What's going on? Honestly, whoa. Buying a double wheelbarrow, right, is so expensive. Got these ones, really good value, but the tyres are such bad quality. You can see it's got a bend in it already, but they just have no pushing power. Like, going over a bump is a nightmare. Anyway, no one wants to hear about wheelbarrows. Luckily, Captain has calmed down from the way he was earlier, otherwise I'd have absolutely no hope at getting you to wee. But I'm going to take him in the field now, see if he does, and then do his feet. I whistle, which helps him wee, but he seems a little bit distracted, so I'm not sure if he's going to do one. Good boy, wee-wee time. Oh, what a good boy. There we go. That's all right then. He should, only a little one, so he hasn't long done one, I would have thought. He should be able to go till about 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. Just plodding back to the stable. Gonna pop him in and do his feet. He always goes for a drink in the buckets outside his stable once he's done a wee, so I'm sure he's gonna tow me to a water bucket. We will find out, won't we? Got the dog dropping the tennis ball at me, so she's happy I'm kicking that. Right, what are we gonna do, donkey? Yeah, no, that's not a water bucket. No, you don't want a drink. Come on, don't be naughty. We're not saying hello because you're not very nice. Like you, no. See, you're getting distracted. Clearly doesn't need a drink. Come here. Come, no. You don't need a drink. He's such a child, a naughty child. Right, you can't see anything in here. All that's left to do is get you, but lock up and then grab Rosie and Moonbat out and take them down to the field. Just checking the doors, and I'm gonna lock this one into the light. I'm so hot. I know I don't want this hat on, but I'm gonna want it in the morning. This is also the coat I always wear up to the yard here. What's in the pocket? Oh, it's only a lip balm, but I've got this one on and I can't be asked to change it. So I'm going to keep this one on and probably regret it in the morning. Just check the water because we got water leaks, so make sure that's off. Right, Barley, come on. There we go, lights off in here, and then just grab ponies. Chaos right until the blooming end. So I put Moonbat's hair collar on, got Moonbat out the stable, went to get Rosie out the stable. Rosie didn't want to come over, she was eating her hay, so I had to go in the stable. Moonbat ended up in the stable. I'm being rung. It was my brother asking me if I'd done the sheep that he'd asked me to do. So yes, I had done the sheep. Anyway, as I was saying, I had both Moonbat and Rosie in Rosie's stable at once. Wouldn't be so bad if it was in Moonbat's stable because it's huge, but I was slightly concerned that we had both. Oh, blimmin' things. What is going on with this day, honestly? Chaos, chaos, chaos. I just want to go to bed. Can't even remember my story now, but yeah, I'm walking them down the field, gonna turn them out, gonna go home and sleep. That is those two out in the field. I've just tied hay nets on the gate. Moonbat's wandered off, but Rosie's enjoying them. Time to pop the dogs in. You can only see Chipper and me because we're in high vis. You can't see anyone else. Well, that is the end of my day in life. I've just got into the Land Rover and I'm about to drive home. I want to thank you all so much for watching this rather chaotic, rather full-on day in the life at the yard. How many horses? I've had, I think it's 10, could be 11 horses to look after on my own. So that's been really fun. Quite kept me very, very busy. It is now 5 to 7, so I should be home for 7 o'clock. Yeah, I'm looking forward to putting my feet up. I did, when I got home after the morning / afternoon, I had half an hour on TikTok, so that was fun. But yeah, I'm going to head home now, and I hope you all have enjoyed watching this. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to like, leave a comment and subscribe. And I just have one thing left to say. Ugh, what a day. Bye guys.